All rise for the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Alvarez.
Present.
Councilman Larka.
Here.
Councilman Lord, absent. Councilman O'Connor.
Here.
Supervisor Hay.
Here. Notations of the exits in the front and the rear and electronic device, please put it on vibrate. Okay, there's nothing on the work session this evening, so I'll make a motion to go into the regular portion of the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, waive the reading of the correspondence. Approval of the voucher list, $1,287,036.60. So move for discussion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Budget transfers, waive the reading of them. All in favor?
Aye.
Setting of meeting dates and public hearings. All meetings will be held at 1360 Route 22, Brewster, New York, at 7 p.m. unless otherwise noted. Thursday, October 7, 2021. Thursday, October 21st, 2021.
Second.
So moved. Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, number 5. Let's get to what I have. Okay. Number 5. We'll move, we'll move A, B, and C as a package, and then we'll do the local law separately. And no, we'll do them individually. Okay. Secret determination. Declare lead agency and adopt a negative declaration local law, amend Chapter 138 of the Town Code, zoning sign law. So the first item there is 5A. That is a negative dec. That gets moved along with the short environmental assessment form. And C is the resolution to do the lead agency. Let me find it. C. Let me get the resolution. You know what? I'm putting tags on these. No, I'm just. How'd you guys do it? Okay, I'll take yours in the meantime. Okay. Now therefore be resolved that pursuant to 617.6B2 of the State Environmental Quality Review Act, SECRA, the Town Board of the Town of Southeast hereby declares itself lead agency for the purpose of SECRA for this unlisted action. And be further resolved that the Town of Southeast Town Board as lead agency has determined that the proposed action for the reasons set forth in the short environmental assessment form dated September 15, 2021, and the appended secret notice of determination of significance, the adoption of local law to amend Chapter 138 of the Town Code zoning to amend the existing signage regulation will not have a significant impact on the draft environmental impact, and a draft environmental impact statement will not be prepared. So move for discussion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Now, where's 5 here? Oh, shoot. Right?
You want 5D?
Yeah. I got lost. And 5D is a resolution to adopt the local law. Now therefore be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Southeast hereby adopts local law number 3 of 2021 pursuant to the Municipal Home Rule Law to amend Chapter 138 of the Town Code zoning, Article 5, signs to regulate the permitting and use of signs within the town of Southeast, and be further resolved that the town clerk be and is hereby authorized and directed to A, enter said local law in the minutes of the meeting and in the code book of the town of Southeast, and B, give due notice of the adoption of said local law by filing such with the Secretary of State of New York within the time required by law. So move for discussion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Let me see. Let me just take a moment here once I read.
Is your packet in here?
Huh?
Okay.
What?
Good work.
I'm trying to. The resolution be 5D. I just want to check something. I think when I read something, 5D,
5D.
yeah, the resolution is,
Yeah, this one, do.
Okay, we're good. I thought I read part of another one, I really didn't know. Okay, now let me get to number 6. Okay, 6A, well, 6 is a resolution of secret determination to declare lead agency to adopt a negative declaration local law, amend Articles 4 and 10 of Chapter 138 of the Town Code zoning. A is a negative declaration. B is a short environmental assessment form, and C is a resolution. Now therefore be resolved that pursuant to 617.6B2 of the State Environmental Review Act, SECRA, the Town Board of the Town of Southeast, hereby declares itself lead agency for the purposes of SECRA for this untitled action. Unlisted, not untitled. And be further resolved that the Town of Southeast Town Board, as lead agency, has determined for the proposed action for the reasons set forth in the State Environmental Assessment Form dated September 15, 2021, and the appended secret notice of determination of significance, the adoption of local law to amend Chapter 138 of the Town Code zoning, to amend the existing necessary apartment regulations will not have a significant impact, and draft environmental impact statement will be prepared. So move for discussion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
6D is a resolution to adopt the local law. Now therefore be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Southeast hereby adopts local law number 4 of 2021 pursuant to the Municipal Home Rule Law to amend Chapter 138 of the Town Code zoning, Article 4, residential districts, and Article 10, special permits to regulate accessory apartments within the Town of Southeast. And be further resolved that the town clerk be and is hereby authorized and directed to A, enter said local law in the minutes of this meeting in the code book of the Town of Southeast, and B, give due notice of the adoption of said local law by filing such with the Secretary of State of New York with the time required by law. So move for discussion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Number 7 is a resolution to have a contract extension for suburban carting. It's a 2-year extension. Now therefore be resolved that the supervisor be and is hereby authorized to execute any and all contracts, agreements, or extensions as may be necessary to extend the contract with Suburban Carting Company for residential refuse removal for a period of 2 years ending December 31, 2023. And be further resolved that all actions be heretofore taken by the supervisor in furtherance of this resolution are hereby approved, ratified, and confirmed non-pro-tonque. So move for discussion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, number 8. I'm presenting this evening to the town clerk, the town budget for 2022.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you got mine.
Thank you.
Little light blue.
Thank you.
There, here's your phone.
Huh?
Here's your phone.
It's okay.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
Will, you want to look at it? Thank you. Don't put Jones in this.
Okay. As always, I'd like to thank all of our team, our managers, department heads, for their help putting this budget together. Ron Hunt especially in the accounting department. It's a process, not a long one, but it's a process. And this year we came up with a fairly good budget considering the circumstances of the environment and everything that's going on out in town, so to speak. So some of the highlights. The 2022 budget tax cap was 2%. The tax levy here will be decreased by 1.2%, of which I use 200,000 of the fund balance. Union contracts call for a 2.25% increase in salaries. Fine revenue was up by 140,000 for 20 and 21, which was a help to bring the budget in the way it's coming in this year. And the garbage, it has a garbage contract as a 3% increase based on the contract. And the average house assessed at 447,500 should see no change in their town tax. So I'd like to thank my town board for helping this be prepared as well, as we've had discussions here and there. And I think it's probably the best budget we've had, at least what I have in here.
Despite the conditions we had to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a tough time for a while. We tightened our belt, and the court revenues picked up a little bit more than in the past, because we have that, as we said, you go pay by mail or plea by mail, and it worked out very well. So, good budget, I believe, and if you have any questions further, we've discussed it on numerous occasions. If you have any other questions on it, just give me a call. And I'll call for a public hearing at the next meeting, and we'll get it all done by the first week of November. We'll be on time.
Perfect.
Any questions on it at this time?
Just thank you for the usual heavy lifting, taking the yeoman's portion of it.
Yeah, you saw my office tonight, so you know what's been going on. Okay. Now, as far as the supervisor report, I just made it in the same shot. Okay. No number, recognition of public. Sir?
Yes.
Do you have any comment you'd like to make to the board, or?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Town board members?
I wanted to just discuss, so today we received word from the governor's office that Putnam County was included in the disaster declaration for Category A for public assistance from post-tropical depression Ida, which is its official nomenclature. So that means that at this time, submissions by the public sector government for damages incurred to roads, culverts, dams, and other critical infrastructure throughout the county, and any debris cleanup that occurred can potentially be reimbursable through FEMA for any of that. So I want to thank our highway superintendent, who on behalf of the town submitted that information over to the county and was able to get us, was part of the effort to get Putnam County over their threshold to meet the eligibility for that. And at the same token, I want to remind all our constituents that individual assistance, which is for the private sector, which would be businesses and private residences that received damage, have not yet been included in Category A. The only county that was added as of yesterday was the county of Rockland. So it's not a dollar amount threshold, but so I encourage all of our residents in Southeast, please either call Town Hall, which could forward it up to the county, or you can call the county executive's office or the Office of Emergency Management at the Putnam County Bureau of Emergency Services, and they will take your information so you can be included in the master list that's being submitted weekly to the Department of Homeland Security Emergency Services, the state, for potential inclusion to get Putnam County into that individual assistance. At this time, the only thing that qualifies for any sort of FEMA funding for the private sector is small business administration loans at a 2% under certain conditions, and any emergency protective measures that were taken during and immediately after the storm. Just so residents know, if you had flooding in what was unprecedented rain, 6 inches, in some places up to 9 inches in a space of a few hours, I know I could almost kayak down my driveway if I wanted to. The amount of water usually brought flooding to places which normally don't have flooding. So those people typically don't have flood insurance, and while it's unfortunate, FEMA looks at the criteria for what type of reimbursement there is for, typically it has to be called essential living space. So if you had a finished basement or an accessory apartment that was damaged, those things would be included, whereas a basement that's just bare and used for storage doesn't really qualify. However, if there was so much water in the basement, if the unfinished type, such as the boiler got damaged or the electric meters were underwater, any sort of thing like that would allow inclusion because it made the essential living space above grade uninhabitable. So I encourage everyone to report any damage that they may have had, and it also goes outside the house, such as retaining walls that may have fallen down that were holding parts of your property together. They also qualify as part of the damage assessment. So that's all I have on that, and hopefully tonight we are expecting 3 inches of rain potentially, and a slight to marginal risk, so I'm hoping that it's been dry enough for the past week where we don't have too many problems tonight.
Okay, John, thanks for that update. Anything else?
No.
Yes. Sir, would you mind coming up to the mic so we can hear you?
You can ask.
You mentioned to your... Sorry.
State your name for the record, sir.
Hi, I'm Mr. Derry, Brewster's, Town of Southeast resident.
Okay.
The question was that you mentioned the FEMA, has it been approved yet, or?
So the disaster
The funds.
declaration for the public sector has been approved as of today.
Okay.
The disaster declaration for private homes and businesses has not.
And I'm sorry, who's this highway superintendent?
Our highway superintendent is Michael Burdick.
Michael Burrick.
Michael Burdick, yes.
Okay, that is, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any other town board member?
No, I have nothing.
Okay.
No comments?
Just a quick public service notice on 2 counts. 1, house numbering. There's still a lot of homes out there that don't have the proper numbering in front of their home. Please get yourself numbered. There's a lot out there that have not done that. And also, if you want to receive notices from the town about any special events or things of that nature, go to our website, southeast-ny.gov, and sign up for notification of events here in the town of Southeast. And other than that, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to close the meeting?
Yes?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for coming.